October 18th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4.
Are we ready for nosy old chatterbox clucking grandmas to get their comeuppance?
Hey, just working there. Come on.
A well-deserved comeuppance for all the gossip and fucking turning everybody against you. Lies.
You're just hating on old people at this point.
I mean, not the ones who know what's good for them.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
All right. Let's review what we know. I am a lawyer.
Stop. Right. That's why we're here.
Shit. Almost forgot that one. Time of death, 10:15 at 2:30 p.m. Pierced through the chest by a spear. Yeah. No blood. Clean hole. Appears like the suit soaked up all the blood. And expertly pierced through the chest by a spear at that.
Poor Jack Hammer.
Guide map to Global Studios. We entered in here. We turned and looked this way. The camera showed us the gate where Gumshoe was standing. Camera was right here. Camera had a name or a number to it. Took a picture of the Steel Samurai going towards Studio 1.
Guilty.
And Studio 1 is where we met.
Was it where we met Penny?
Penny, thank you. Then there's Studio 2, which we couldn't get to. Employee area, dressing room over here. Yep. Okay. Between 1 and 2:30 p.m.
Yes.
And everyone got up early, came to lunch, and then afterwards, Will went to sleep. Card key for the studio employees, grants entry to Studio 1. We used that to go check it out.
Yeah, we acquired that in a very legal way, right?
Sure did.
Mm-hmm.
This photo was taken of the Steel Samurai at 2 p.m.
Guilty!
Done and done.
It's him.
Yes. Also,
those weird-ass pants.
Just to understand, when we came in, the employee area was the room where we had the calf, and then
with the steaks,
and then we went into the dressing room and we saw the makeup table and everything there, and then this is where the couch was.
Yes, there was the couch and the mirror and the wig.
Is this where Will was sleeping?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. Studio 1 was just Penny's room with the ladder and the unfinished matte painting, and then we haven't seen Studio 2. We didn't go to Studio 2.
If I recall correctly, that is correct.
And in the employee area dressing room... No, not in the dressing room. In the area itself here, the stepladder was over here in Studio 1. And over here in the employee area, there was a...
Yes, the grate.
The grate, which was open, and it was this area where the grate existed. The stepladder was over in Studio 1, and this is where, yeah. Yes. Okay.
That's all we got. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime.
Impossible, Edgeworth.
Inconceivable. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well, I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand.
Who, me?
Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court.
Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here's the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate of the studio. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there's a gate, see? Oh yeah, and then the beheaded proboscis monkey?
Yeah, proboscis.
Proboscis? Passed out of the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found.
Oh my god.
Now on the day of the murder, October 15th, there was only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer. The defendant, Will Powers. And a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area till noon. And after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now jump to later ahead that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. Time of death, 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear, found lodged in the victim's chest, was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to that whole thing again? No, we're good. I think I could probably remember that.
So the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval.
Samurai spear added to the court record.
Man, stuck in the chest of the victim. That's horrible.
Lance of Longinus, baby.
Yeet. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call this security officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name? Oh my, aren't you a handsome fella?
Yeah, he's got the old school fucking outfit on.
I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please.
Oh no.
Oh, dearie. No need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please.
State your fucking name. Seems Ezra has a bit of trouble getting his witness to say their names.
Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. If you were young, I was an Oldbag, not really. But still, I don't know if it's funny right now just because you can you believe it?
After the chat, he called me an Oldbag. Just cried because he.
Objection. I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony? Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, sir, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony.
She sure is one hell of an old bag. Can we deflate her? Witness testimony. Witness's account.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio.
You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination.
Witness's account. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m.
Hold on. So up till that time, anyone who wanted to go into the studio? Anyone who wanted to could go into the studio?
Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You need an employee card key to get in.
Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is, no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in.
Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the guard station? Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since morning.
Now hold on, a run-through.
They were working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate. They got the basics figured out only by noon, and were to use the afternoon for practice. Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon.
So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing. Talk about a laid-back hero.
If there was a run-through in the morning, why did you only get there afternoon? I had some errands to run that morning.
Uh-huh. What kind of errands?
Oh, well, you know.
Answer the question.
Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers, observing, you know.
Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station?
Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job.
I'm not sure your boss would see it that way.
Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Never missed one in all my years. Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run through too.
You could quit being a spirit medium and take up a guard duty.
Not a bad idea. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station.
Uh-huh. Did you see the victim then?
Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Tell us what happened next. I was at the main gate from then until 5.
And so you were watching there the whole time? No breaks? Not even a second?
Of course! I'm a professional, you know? Or are you criticizing how I do my job, whippersnapper?
No, it's just after seeing you eat all those donuts at the guard station yesterday.
I can watch again and eat donuts at the same time. Snipper whapper!
Yo, careful.
Whoa, that was close.
Watch out, Oldbag.
Jesus.
Yo, Wendy.
Whoa.
2024.
Snipper whapper? Old Windbag is losing it, Nick.
Why don't you raise an objection?
So the witness was on duty through the afternoon the whole time. Very well. What did you see?
Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right?
Hold on. How did you know that?
Oh, I have my ways, that overdressed young detective told me. I fed him some donuts and he talked and talked. If you ask me, that detective isn't cut out for his job.
Damn. Shit.
Edgeworth is like, that's a pay cut.
Poor Detective Gumshoe getting ratted out by a security guard.
Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m.
2 o'clock? You're sure?
Sure as spit.
Well, who was the man?
Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something.
Jesus.
Now, don't get your skivvies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers. That man right there, and he was heading towards the studio.
Hold it. So you saw Mr. Powers?
That's what I said. Got wax in your ears, Sonny? Nick, this is your chance.
Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon.
I'll say it again. It was him. It was Powers. That man right there, and he was heading towards the studio.
So you saw Mr. Powers?
That's what I said. Got wax in your ears, Sonny?
Okay, that time it doesn't move forward.
Oh.
Nick. Yeah.
Okay, it was the final statement. Doesn't she seem like she's enjoying this a little too much?
Windbags love gossiping about other people's misfortunes.
Can't she get her kicks somewhere else?
It's been 80 years, Maya. No time soon. Okay, so post-press, it'll do a step forward each time, and pretty seamlessly at that. However, I guess on the last one, or so it might hold you up. Oh, you can go forward and back. I see. Objection. Let me get this straight, Oldbag. Miss Oldbag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you?
Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly?
None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Miss Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right?
No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder.
True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that. I wasn't born yesterday.
No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss, witness.
He's having trouble calling her Oldbag, apparently.
However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Nosy old man.
Jesus Christ.
Of course I have proof.
Yeah, it works out so well when you start shit-talking the judge, you know? Just fast forward a couple beats and have her sprinting and jumping over the fucking desk. What? Even Edgeworth is surprised?
Hey, yo, what?
Even Speedwagon is afraid?
The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all of the information in possession ahead of time.
You literally need to mark your exhibits by number, except for in this world, but...
How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you! Anyway, I showed that photo to your young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal.
Can you do an Oldbag doing Gumshoe?
He told me...
Oh, shit. Whoa, hold on.
He told me
This isn't as good as evidence, pal. Oh, God. Oh, those filters. That was fucking rough.
Not bad, not bad.
He didn't even give it a second look.
Wow. Old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good.
Let's hear about your proof, then.
Witness testimony.
The man in the photo. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess.
Uh-huh. Which prop was that?
Oh!
Yeah.
Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now, look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his legs, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? So he had sprained his ankle. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her till she squeals. Ugh. Cross-examination. The man in the photo.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you.
Hold it.
Whippersnapper,
I haven't even said anything yet.
I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I've said is on the straight and narrow, the up and up. Youth today always worrying about each other pointing fingers this or that way. It's enough to make a little lady want to cry. Mr. Wright, please, for all our sakes, try not to upset the witness.
I think Edgeworth has met his match.
That morning, during the run-through of the action scene.
Uh-huh. Who was present at the run-through?
Well, let's see. There was Powers. He's the Steel Samurai. Then poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate. And me. And what exactly were you doing? Observing. Just observing.
What about the assistant?
Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such.
So she didn't see the run-through then?
I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess.
Trip and fall?
Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I'll help make it better for him, of course. You help make it better? I kissed it where it hurt. Let's just skip over that part, shall we?
Stenographer, scratch that from the record, burn it, and cast it into the sea. We'll wait.
Recess for an hour.
Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her. She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. You may continue your testimony. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess.
He broke a prop.
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
His samurai spear? The murder weapon?
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. Samurai spear updated in the court record.
The murder weapon. A break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad.
Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained?
Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went into his dressing room to rest up after lunch.
Thus the nap.
Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked.
Dragging his foot? Okay.
I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is? Where is this Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though.
Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the steel samurai, yes? And it is clear that the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right.
Are you sure? You're sure, Your Honor? Is there content? I always wonder. Yeah, okay. Like, we're just gonna go with whatever the fuck the person says. And that's the basis of Edgeworth's defense. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers.
The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice.
Witness testimony.
Witness's account continued.
The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go through the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Cross-examination. Witness's account continued.
The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true?
How do you know that?
Huh? Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective, and then, after some rubbish about it being a secret, pal, he told me everything.
I see Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness for donuts.
Always throwing them under the bus. Donut eating pig.
Fucking just oink oink.
Oink oink.
Oink oink,
How's the
Gumshoe.
donut? Yeah,
Put it on a fishing pole.
Krispy Kreme, motherfucker.
The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers.
You absolutely sure?
Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody's suspicious looking passed by at all.
Nobody's suspicious looking. Right.
No one else went there.
What about before you got to the guard station?
You mean before one? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them.
Are you sure?
The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness.
That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy.
Edgy boy.
Old Windbag sure has balls. Or, well, you know what I mean.
Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting them.
How convenient.
Something for you to look forward to, perhaps?
The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true?
Oh, we're back at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yes, take your time. This is worth the edge.
Hold on, let me repress for a second.
Sure.
Yeah.
You just wanted to hear us say edgy boy again, right?
Yeah, okay, how do I point the game in the right direction of... That's the last one, I think, right? Yeah, it is, yeah, okay.
Yeah, if there's no arrows on the right side, that's the last one.
Yeah. Yeah, is the logic gonna interpret, like... I mean, there's her going to fix it. There's her locking the gate. You can't really present people. Okay, I'm gonna try and see if it understands connecting these two details.
Do you want to sneak a save?
Sure. No.
I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty there. Unfortunately, I would have to penalize you, Mr. Wright.
Penalize, like, that's correct.
Yes, in court,
Penalize
always.
you, yes. Yeah. If I had, I would have seen them. Okay, I pressed no one else went there. Maybe do I have to, yeah, is it, if I had, I would have seen, if they had, I would have seen them? I don't know, would this make sense? No, it wouldn't. No. Okay.
Interesting.
Time of Poorhammer's death was at 2:30 p.m. True. According to the autopsy report. The only person I saw go to the studio right before then was Will Powers. But that's what you claim according to what we saw, which is the photo, which we've already used. We've challenged this already. He's dragging one leg.
Oh.
But
that is indeed a photo of Powers.
Well, it's a question mark, but I mean, we've already challenged this. I guess I'll do it again. Really? Just double down on it? Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct?
Yes, sirree, sonny.
So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture.
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Right. Anyway,
What the fuck does that mean?
it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all of the security cam data.
Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening.
That very computer printed out this photo. Note on the back, of the photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2.
Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny?
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit where at the end it says photo number 2.
Photo number 2?
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo?
Order! Order!
Okay. So, sometimes the exact same evidence can be used to challenge the exact same setup more than once to progress things. It's not a matter of canceling out two things one after the other.
Just because it's been used once doesn't mean that it's out of use afterwards, I guess.
Or if nothing else yeah. Okay.
How many times did you present that statue of the thinker, right?
Yeah, in different contexts.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, so got it.
Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright.
The new context of this one came afterwards, because it's like specifically focusing on the photo number, but the ultimate challenge is still, you say that's right, and we say it's not, and this photo is not good enough to confirm that it's the case, so the similarity is close between both the first and second usages. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one, but 2 people went to the studio that day. If there's only data for one of the photos, who could have erased that data for the other photo? Only someone with access. The security lady herself.
Me? You watch your mouth, you whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help.
Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either.
Some help you are. You warrior, a whippersnapper too.
Domain expansion? Uh-oh!
Oh, what is she preparing?
Oh, no! Oh, fuck. Infinite black and white old-timey era.
The music starts.
Whippersnapper?
Something the matter, Miss Oldbag?
Ah, that's right. I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate? Someone other than the Steel Samurai?
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
I see. Your testimony, please.
Totally not perjury.
Nope, never. That is not a term admissible in the court of law.
Try
No.
again.
Oh.
Do-over. Mulligans, we like to call them, actually. We call them mulligans in the court of law. Witness testimony.
The other person.
Every day I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this.
I mean, Like, poor Edgeworth is just riding by the seat of his pants on these cases too, to be honest. And then he's got to adapt on the fly and be like, how can I be a quick scumbag?
My witness is so stupid.
How can I save them from themselves?
Well, of course, Sonny. I only just remembered it.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, you may please begin your cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this.
I like her fucking dead eyes. Cross-examination. The other person.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do.
Another job.
That's right. I check all the people that passed by the main gate that day. I look closely at every one of the photos that security camera takes.
Do you back up all of the security camera data?
Well, they keep telling me to, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see.
Okay, but knowing her, they're still in the recycling bin. Hold on. How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking?
Oh, you can tell just by looking at their faces, for the most part.
For the most part? This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag.
Well, I didn't touch that suspicion looking Will Powers photo, did I?
I think she's missing the point. No, she's not missing it.
Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased?
A fanboy.
A fanboy?
Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks if you ask me. They get information about their rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
Wait a second. Didn't you just say that no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area.
Yeah.
Seriously?
And she knew about it.
The grate has been loose for a while.
Tokusatsu Twitter was trying to get in. Yes, exactly. Damn. Shots fired at Maya indirectly. Catching strays for no reason.
It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in.
They come in through the drain.
I told you they were freaks. Oh, and they're kids. Children. Whippersnappers.
Kids? So on the photo that you erased?
It was a boy. Probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
What?
Oh, order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day? One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be about in 3rd or 2nd grade.
And just because he's a Toku fan doesn't mean that he's a freak. The other day I saw Toku with hip-hop music trending on Twitter. It was kind of cool. Do the kids still say that? Cool?
Oh yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him.
A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
Unless that boy's name was Jotaro Kujo.
Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data.
Nick? What's going on?
Or guts.
I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect.
Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him.
This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information.
Get your shit straight.
And no forgetting vital information this time.
Or else I'll give you another chance.
As many times as it takes.
October 18th, 11:08 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby number 3. Gong gong. Mr. Powers.
Yes?
Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio?
I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest.
So, who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo?
How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of that stuff.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine anyone would want us to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me?
Doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now.
Nick! What are we going to do?
First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could have conceivably done this.
Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can't get another day.
Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot.
You don't sound very optimistic.
I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Stall for time, run out the clock.
I'm scrambling.
Run out the clock, you know. Eventually, they're gonna come chasing me, and we can hold out, build some meter, search for evidence, maybe get a lucky objection, and then, Bob's your uncle.
Hey, Nick, it's time.
Okay, let's go.
What does this mean? What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence. But there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers.
Yeah, we need to, can we ask when you deleted that photo? Right? When is the photo deletion after the body is found on the day that the body is found? You know what I mean? If we don't...
She said at the end of her shift? Did she?
I believe so. It's if that would be
after everybody was like
the line of reasoning. Yeah, and she's going through it. Not suspicious.
Whatever.
There we go. Please follow through on that line of reasoning. Video game. I hope.
Leo Whitefang looking motherfucker for sure.
After the body's found, White deleted.
Look at him. He's so hairy.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your thoughts?
The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime.
Order. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. Oh, really? Oh, word?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Your Honor, a month ago I was on trial.
It's like that, though, is it, Your Honor? Word. Word bond. For real.
Phoenix just takes off his shoe and throws it at the judge.
Do not look kindly on accusing the innocent. Damn. Okay, got it. Don't fuck up. Don't challenge the wrong thing. You lied the wrong way. Try again. It's okay. Do not accuse the guy. Okay, Judge, you're right.
Hold on, I have this Amazon order for 10,000 ropes in the back. Okay, and all right, I'll let in the delivery man.
All right, that's on me.
Come on, hurry up. I got other cases to run through. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized.
Right. Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough.
You know, we gotta keep the ratings high after all. You know, Judge Judy is getting real popular, and you know, someone's gotta take her down. It ain't gonna be Joe Brown.
Oh my god.
So, who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder? Good question, Judge.
That old battle axe! Or if you stall for time with the assistant girl. You could stall for time with her, calling in through the grate.
Stalling for time with 2 HP on board.
Yeah. No, but she's nice. That'd be mean. That old battle axe! It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag.
Oh, who?
The steel samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they'd been watching the action scene run through? There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag.
What? Whippersnapper?
Order! Order! Is this true, Oldbag?
Oldbag? That's Mrs. Oldbag to you.
The whole point, Your Honor, is that you can't ask them if it's true if they've decided that they're not going to be telling you what's true. Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi.
Oh.
No justice, no proof. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume, then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder.
Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume?
Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers.
I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright.
Oh yeah, right there. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. What a nerd.
I dig it.
Feeling himself in the moment. I look so cool. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it. Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there. Do something.
What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way? Ah! The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions that day.
But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too.
Indeed.
That did it. Now Windbag was one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Yeah, send her to the block.
Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went through the studio? The boy. The one whose photo I erased.
He's only a grade schooler, though, as you said. 2nd or 3rd grade, was it?
That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my own men in 10 seconds. Tops.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright?
That boy's not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure?
Just again, guts with the spear. Just. Just practicing in his backyard, sweating.
Oh, or is it to be nice to the kids and mean to your elders, day, whippersnapper?
I have proof.
Proof?
Indeed? Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder.
Your Honor, the murder weapon was the samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in this photo.
Uh-huh.
How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible.
I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this?
The windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first.
Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Wendy... what was her name? Something Oldbag, Your Honor. And the prosecution will look further into this Oldbag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. Damn.
Wait a second.
Oh?
Mate! I'm not going to sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me!
Theme of Steel Samurai.
I'm talking.
Huh?
Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk. Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not talk about?
By whom?
You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk?
Well, testify.
Steel Samurai fighting for this day. Witness testimony.
My lips were sealed. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder.
Oh my god!
Jesus! Bro! Look like
There was
no punishment?
There was a parade of people that came through. It turns out an entire bus of people came through the whole lot, actually.
Yep, just kept on walking.
Yep. An endless line.
I had to fix the metal detector on that day. It was insane.
They all had spears, actually.
So noisy. Beep, 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 beep. I couldn't handle it. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the Oldbag. Jeez. Meanwhile, Will is not on the stand yet.
No, not even. Not even yet.
Okay?
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
I'm sure we'll get there. Cross-examination. My lips were sealed. All right.
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something.
Hold it. So you were told not to talk?
That's right, by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less.
Why didn't I hear about this?
Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it.
Oh, that's great phrasing.
There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder.
Oh, fuck. Who were those people? Yeah, Haim Saban himself?
Oh.
Damn, a cloud of evil rolled through.
Well, the director and producer, for starters.
The director?
We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course. Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
Well, I mean, we were looking at the memory photos that don't exist of the scene. So, where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through.
Just have more JPEGs start fading in to the memory.
He joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There was a Studio 2?
You've seen the map!
Well, if you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left.
The path where the monkey's head was fallen over. I just didn't think to walk over there.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination?
I think I've already asked all my questions, but...
They said they had nothing to do with it, see?
Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder!
I know that, silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side.
What? They greased your paw.
Yo!
Stenographer? Yeah, I got it. I got all that. Don't worry about it.
Dude, just crouching fierce with Phoenix in the corner. Juggle, 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 juggle. Guilty, guilty, guilty.
Wow, I thought I was out of juggle points on that one.
That's crazy.
Wow, that's sick.
Nah, the game's like Let It Rock, actually. You can keep going. Keep that combo going.
I'm expecting level 1. I'm not even... That's not even 3. That's crazy.
Fucking guilty. Oh my god. So you got your bonus, and you still talked? Huh. I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. Okay, well, I want to find out more details like that, though. Hold on. That's wild.
What else?
No harm in getting as much info as I can.
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something.
Oh, we're back at the beginning.
So they were actually in the studio.
Yes, the whole day. When they heard about the murder, they beat it before the cops
Oh
came.
my god. Ugh.
I'll kill this woman, I swear it.
That's fucking wild, dude. Holy shit. I almost feel sorry for Edgeworth. Almost. She really left him hanging on this one. Man.
But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
There was a fucking quinceanera happening around the dead body before we got there, apparently. Them. Who are these people?
Well, the director and producer for starters.
The director.
We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their
yeah.
action scene without a director? Of course.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Your Honor, we've learned that there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold it that it's impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers.
The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag,
Including how much she was paid, Your Honor.
and more information about these other people we've just been told of.
Jesus Christ. Fuck.
I understand, Your Honor.
Yeah, Toei execs like, you didn't see me, you didn't see me, here you
yeah.
go, buy yourself something nice, get something for the kids.
This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. For real this time.
Knock all that bad evidence out.
October 18th, 1:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
You know, of all the evidence you can throw out and use as Phoenix, none of them is like a spear attack. You get a knife, you get a vase,
Yeah.
you know, a photo and stuff.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Oh, really? It's nothing. Oh, or should I say...
We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We'll have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination.
So, Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag?
What do you think, Mr. Powers?
I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off to Mr. Powers.
Oh, poor old Windbag. I kind of feel sorry for her.
For what? Well, she wasn't winning any points there with or without my accusation. Yeah, let's feel sorry for the evidence deleting, bribe taking, fucking just convenient detail omitting.
Look at the state of things before and after.
Battle axe of a human being. Okay, let's get down to the studios.
Right. We'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
He's sniffing a lot.
To be continued.
Has he been hanging out with Blanco Nino? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
You know?
Maybe a little bit.
Spending a lot of time in front of the mirror in the dressing room, just powdering up, you know?
Listen, man, you got to get through these fucking Toku scenes one way or another. Have you been in a meeting with Ham Saban by yourself?
I hope no would help. Help me, God.
Then don't judge.